Today, we're going to continue and go over some basic self-defense and Hapkido techniques. In the last video that we did, we went over the 3 basic falls. We had the front fall from the kneeling position and the side and the back fall from the sitting positions. And we did this so we can get a basic understanding of the actual falls themselves. Now today we're going to go a step further and learn the falls from a standing position. If you are ready, let's start by showing you the back fall from a standing position. As we said in the previous video, we learned the very basics of the back fall from a sitting position. So what we now need to do, we need to progress that, and we're going to learn it from like a squatting position to start with. Then we're going to build it up gradually to more like a kind of a semi-squat position and progress upwards until we're able to do it from the actual standing position. Now, when we are falling backwards, we're doing 2 things. And that is, we're actually falling back, bending our knees and rolling backwards. That's kind of the first part. The second part is when we're actually then hitting the floor, we're hitting the floor with our hands and tucking our head in, which is what we actually learned in the previous videos. So, if you're ready, let's go and start learning this back fall. To start with, what we need to do, the first thing is, as we said on the previous video, we learned the back fall from the sitting position when we're hitting the floor with our hands, tucking our head in and rolling back. So this time what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing this from this kind of like a squat position, sitting down on our ankles, our feet are on the balls of the feet. And all we're going to be doing this time, at the beginning, I just want to roll backwards, like so. And all we're going to do, we're just going to start learning the feel of the motion and gradually just getting a little bit higher. So as I said, the first part, we're on the balls of our feet. Don't worry about the hands at the moment in time, but the other thing we want to make sure we're doing, we're tucking our head in. And all we're going to do, we're just going to roll backwards and then come up. And you want to keep doing that until you're comfortable with it. And then from there then, once you're comfortable with that, then what you need to do, we need to add in the actual hands and hitting on the actual floor itself. So let's try that. So we're on the balls of our feet, we're squatting down, we've got our hands ready, and all we're going to do, we're going to roll backwards, hit the floor with our hands, keeping our tin chucked into our head, like so. And remember, when we're hitting the ground at a 45-degree angle. My palm, my forearm is all hitting, my hands are open, all hitting at the same time, and my chin is tucked into my body so I don't bang my head. And all we're doing, we're just rolling backwards. And it doesn't matter how far you actually roll backwards to, like so. Later on in other videos, what we'll be doing, we'll be showing the progression of that is when we roll so far, we can actually roll so far backwards, we do a back roll and then come up. But that's for later on. So back we go again. We're in the squat position, our hands, and all we're doing, we're just falling backwards. And up we come. And as I said, you want to just keep practicing that. Once you're comfortable with that part, then you need to then just go a little bit higher. So all we're going to do this time, we're going to get into like a semi-squat. And from here, the same again, we're just collapsing and falling backwards. Now what I'm not going to be doing, I'm not literally going to be, from here, I'm not going to go straight back, bang. If I did that and I just go straight back and land on my back from this height here, I would wind myself. What I'm actually doing, as I'm falling backwards, as I'm falling backwards, I'm collapsing my knees at the same time to try to get my body as low as possible before it hits the floor. So even though I'm from here, as I'm dropping backwards, as I'm falling backwards, at the same time I'm trying to bend my knees at the same time, like so. So let's try this. So we're in the squatting position, hands are ready, we're falling backwards. As we're falling backwards, as you can see, like that, like so, I'm trying to bend my knees and lower myself at the same time. And as I'm falling, as I'm coming back down, I'm hitting as hard as I can to take away that energy from me landing. And you want to keep practicing that until you get comfortable with doing it. Now we want to do the back fall from more of a standing position. We've learnt it from the squatting position on the balls of our feet, falling backward. We then raised it up a little bit more to do more like a squatting, semi-squat position. Now from here, we want to practice it from a more of a standing position. Now, what we're going to do this time is we're not literally just going to stand here and throw ourselves backwards and land on the floor. Now, the reason for that at this point is, yes, we could actually do that, but I would only recommend doing that if you were ever in that situation you got pushed to then do that and try to do the back fall properly. If we're going to do that right now and land on the floor, even though it's got the mats on it, we would wind ourselves. It would be uncomfortable, but we'd be able to get back up and off we go again. That's what we don't want to do at the moment in time. What I want to show you is, I want to show you the actual motion of what basically happens. Now, if you think about it, if someone was going to actually push you, so if the reason why we're doing a back fall is because something's happened to us and we're actually going backwards like so, and we're going backwards to then hit the floor. So what we want to do is, as we're going backwards, we want to lower our center of gravity, and the only way we can lower our center of gravity is by bending our knees slightly. So if we're going backwards, as we're going backwards, we want to try to bend our knees as best as possible to allow our center of gravity to drop a little bit to then enable us to fall backwards. So from here, if I'm going backwards, I'm going to bend my knees and then roll backwards. So, how do we do that? Well, we can do two ways of bending the actual knees. And all this happens at a very quick speed because you're reacting to something that has taken place. So, to start off with, you can go backwards and we're just bending both our knees. Bending the knees and landing, hitting the ground, chin chucked in, and then we're able to come up. I'll do that one more time. So we're going backwards, bending both the knees, and rolling and coming up. And the other thing that you'll find with this is, because you've got momentum as you're going backwards, as you land, you will get higher and maybe roll. So from here, I will go much further over. Later on, we'll show you in other videos of what happens as that momentum continues backwards. You can then actually do a back roll and get up that way. So, one way is, as we're going backwards, we're dropping our knees, bending our knees to lower that center of gravity to enable us to then roll backwards. The other way to do it is, instead of dropping and bending both knees, maybe it's just the one knee. And all you're going to be doing here, if I'm walking backwards, I'm bending one knee, doesn't matter whether it's the left leg or the right leg, one leg knee is bent, and all that I'm going to be doing with the other leg is extending it to the front, like so. And that allows then, the other foot is out of the way, it enables me, allows me to drop and roll to then the actual back fall. So let's try this. So we're walking backwards. I'm stepping. I'm going to bend my right knee. All I'm doing with this one is I'm not bending the left knee. I'm just leaving it where it is. And I'm bending it like so. And the other leg, it just literally stays where it is, and I'm dropping on the right knee to roll back. So let's try. So from here, I'm stepping backwards. I leave that and I'm dropping and coming up again, whether it's the right knee or the left knee. All I'm doing, you see, I'm just dropping I'm bending the left knee, leaving the right leg where it is, and I can roll over. And up we come. So that's the other way I would suggest for you to learn it at the beginning, is from the standing position, is if you're going backwards, you just slightly bend the knees where possible if you can, to drop that body weight to allow you then to do the fall. And up we come. And that is the back fall from the standing position. Below, somewhere in this bottom left hand corner, or maybe the top corner, is a link to the next video on self-defense and Hapkido techniques, so you can go and learn and practice them for yourselves. Why not go check them out? As always, until the next time, Gam Sa Hae Ni.